everybody, to the Collecting Brothers. I'm John. This is Josh. Wrapping up another weekly toy news. All the news from the toy world that we saw and we think are cool. Thank you for joining us today. Do want to do a quick shout out. Savage Crucible has sent us a early figure. Boxer. Look at that box though, dude. Sick.
Yeah, and they've been posting pictures of their tons of boxes right from.
Yeah, they finally got all their
crate.
shipments in.
So people should be getting their Kickstarter stuff here soon.
So yeah, look out for that Savage Crucible figures that you ordered, your all-ins or whatever it was. But they're getting ready to ship those out for you. We're going to take a look at this one here soon for you guys, so stick around for that review. So big shout out to Savage Crucible. Thank you so much for this opportunity. All right, let's jump into the toy news. Before we get into all the goody toy news, Hasbro announced that they are partnering with Playmate Toys to produce Power Ranger figures. So remember, they killed off the line. They weren't going to be producing anymore. Well, looks like they're giving it to Playmates to make the figures.
I think this is a good move. I think with the IP, a lot of the older collectors, people that collect toys are older, right? And they kind of only really care about Mighty Morphin, if anything, right? Of course, everybody kind of likes every now and then, but for the most part, the big seller is just Mighty Morphin. Whereas Playmates can make more kiddier friendly toys at a cheaper price point, which that's who watches Power Rangers, right?
Correct. That's what
we don't watch Power Rangers anymore. Yeah.
Yeah, it is targeted to 8-year-olds.
Really young,
is. And so could be a good fit for Power Rangers.
Yeah.
But yeah, interesting that Hasbro is also licensing their stuff off, right? Just we're not going to make it, you make it.
That makes sense. Yeah, it's just why let it sit dormant when you can make money off of it?
For sure. All right, let's jump into NECA. NECA is doing their holothon. This one isn't part of the holothon. It's a little too grotesque, too scary for the holothon people. But we have here is the Jigsaw killer, right, from Saw.
That's cool. I actually, even though these movies are all the same, right? I actually enjoy the Saw franchise, and it looks like a nice figure and a great likeness to the actor.
Yeah, I think they did a good job on the likeness for sure. You get multiple head sculpts. You get a soft goods robe cape, and this cape is exclusive to Target, which is it's red, so it's going to be there. So kind of cool. And the cool thing is that it's not going to be online exclusive. You have to go into stores and see if your store is participating in Holothon 1, and it was chosen to have the red figure there.
You know what? I really like that. Because I feel like more and more kind of collecting is just becoming an online thing. Yeah. And for me, for one, I love the thrill of hunt. I don't care if I waste gas or if I'm wasting time. It's just a fun time to go and check and just finally find it in your hands is just a nice feeling. So that's a really cool thing that Target's doing.
To actually have one and get one, I think it definitely changes everything. You're just so excited to see it there. There's no other way to do it besides going into the store and actually hunting for it. So I agree with you. It is cool. But he comes with the bear trap head, which is kind of cool. You can add that accessory to.
That is nice.
The other figures. I think
just a really iconic character to add to your already big NECA horror section, because I feel whether you like these movies or not, it's such an iconic horror franchise. Or gore franchise, whatever you want to call it. It's gonna be nice to add to the shelf.
Saw 1 definitely created its genre, right? Few movies can come in and be this is what movies are going to be now.
It's true.
And Saw did that, right? So
that's true.
It is a big franchise, and this is cool. I like the accessories on this one. Even the pig head's cool.
Yes.
And you do get a little Jigsaw. Do you want to play a game? Yeah. All right. Next up, this is going to be part of the holothon here. We're getting a Gargoyles Detective Broadway Silver Falcon with the trench coat and closed wings. It is currently sold out. These holothon stuff went quick, but there is Brooklyn there with the trench coat and the wing. This is perfect noir, right? Definitely what Gargoyles is about.
Yeah, it makes sense why it sold out, even though this is kind of a reissue just with a new soft goods cape and new wing attachments. Mm-hmm. It's such a nice look. I love that trench coat, given that little mobster vibe to him.
Yeah.
I hope this comes back in stock, because I would definitely love that. And then that Chinese food too is a nice accessory.
Yeah, all these foods here for Broadway are really cool. Even the heads too, the one happy one with the hat and the one a little more scowling, and then the angry one. I love it. These are cool. It makes me want to collect gargoyles. I don't, but this
They're
looks
good
cool.
figures. They're probably one of the best. I think NECA lines. Just they add so
Okay.
much articulation in them.
Nice. All right. All right. Next up is the two new TMNT Rocksteady and Bebop reissue 2-packs, $60. And man, these things are gorgeous. Of course, they are sold out, and there's it's just such an iconic
Really?
2-pack here. Yeah, yeah, and they're just like
That's
very very classic looks.
that's kind of crazy. Just because I feel like there was the initial release, right? And I feel like they're
Yeah,
readily available for a while. And then they even did kind of like a NECA store drop too. And they're like,
right,
we have a
right,
ton of
right.
these. You can get them in NECA store. And then again, they're re-releasing it and it's still selling out. That's
Still
crazy,
selling.
man. The demand on these boys is insane.
Honestly, I think it's the aesthetic. It's just very very like perfect, and
Well,
maybe it's yeah
I just think it's just the icon, like the iconic
yeah
of the how these guys like. It's like Shredder, and then it's Bebop. Well, maybe Shredder, Krang, and then Bebop and Rocksteady. You know, for villains wise.
okay. They're up there though. They're up there for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's Bebop and Rocksteady. All right, next up, we were the ones that were getting teased last holathon. Here we have the Space Adventure and Samurai Turtles. $60 also sold out at Target. But yeah, Space Adventure and the Samurai. And these ones, they're cool. I like the colorways. I like the suits, the space, and the samurai. I don't know. It's fun.
Yeah, it's nice just not get a basic turtle like or like where they make like premium color editions or like the green is
Right.
where they did like, oh, we changed the green to a lighter green versus the darker green. Like I
Yeah,
hate
yeah.
those kind of reissues where it's like, what is this? Whereas like this, it's like at least I can get these and it's not like I'm getting the same figure again because it's a whole new sculpt and everything.
Right. The body's all different. The head's even different. Yeah.
And these are like all sold out, but I feel like NECA's kind of been in control of their distribution where I feel like I have not seen a TMNT pack that hasn't hit my Target store. And they sit there, like for a couple of weeks. Like they haven't been an issue like when they first started, when they first dropped, they were
hard to get.
Scarce, man.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think they're I've always seen them at the NECA store at the Targets and so. And maybe it's just because it's holathon, they ran a limited number of them, but I bet we see these come back. Like all their packs, all their figures always come back.
No doubt.
Yeah, NECA's always producing.
I mean, we're getting the third Rocksteady Bebop release, so yeah.
Exactly. All right, but that'll wrap up holathon or hulathon, whatever you want to call it. Toyotathon. That's where I'm going. Next up, McFarlane is announcing a Joker and Punchline 2-pack. And this one for $40 is already pre-sold out on Big Bad Entertainment Earth. The place you can potentially order this is Amazon, but that's always kind of finicky. But it's a 2-pack with a Joker, a more modern Joker, and a Punchline. I'm not familiar with the character, but it's probably like a modern version or like a newer version of Harley Quinn. Someone who's just crazy like the Joker. Yeah,
Joker looks very like Arkham series Joker.
Yeah.
But I think people are buying this for the Punchline figure. I think that figure is phenomenal. Like it's such a great sculpt and such a great look to that figure.
Yeah, they're definitely here for Punchline. It's like everyone has a Joker by now, right? Even if you didn't want one, you had one. Yeah, Punchline here. I do agree with you. Like the outfit looks really good. The face applications look good, and maybe because it is more heavily makeuped, they can get away with not looking as accurately or not
exactly
through it as much. But yeah, I think it looks great. It does look good. But yeah, apparently she's like some college student that kind of vibes with the Joker and then kills her dean with some like toxins or something. So here's the box art though. Yeah, I'm digging here though. Like look at that backdrop there, little cityscape, man. I think
that is nice.
That. And then of course the 2 cards on the back, or the 2 posters. I'd call them posters on the back of the boxing here. So if you're throwing these boxes away, hold on to the back of them and cut these out, get them framed. You got yourself a nice little DC art collection here.
Yeah, especially on the back of the 2-packs. It's going to be a larger size, so it's a nice art.
It is, and I love that it's the full backside of it as well. So, but yeah, 2 knives, 2 stands, 2 cards, 2 figures. All right, next up, Booster Gold. This is where he's actually gold this time because we originally got Booster with the original Blue Beetle but he was like in a bluer and a yellower. But this is the gold version of it. But they still have not given us that translucent eyepiece, even though on the card you can see it.
Yeah, I wonder what's up with that. That's a really bummer. And honestly, this booster, the face sculpt kind of looks weird. I don't know. I just don't like this figure how it came out.
Okay. Yeah,
And
I
even like
think
the blue is a little too dark, I think.
that's what I was just gonna say. For me, it's the gold and the blue just do not work really well together. Either the gold needs to be a little bit brighter, or the blue needs to be a little bit lighter.
Both, actually. Yeah, I think both. Yeah, both colors need to be brighter. Because I have definitely preferred the original booster with the beetle, with the blue beetle one, because he was also on the slimmer body. Because this one's kind of like really yoked.
Yeah, we'll see though. But there's everything you're getting with cutting the card, the flight stand, and booster gold. I love this pose though too. That's something Todd does. He tries to pose the figures in the box.
Yeah. You got the Breakfast Club fist pump.
It's Todd's way of being like, look, you can actually move these. You don't have to just stand them up. All right. Next up, a repaint of Mr. Freeze. They're calling it like the original like appearance of him version, but it's just a repaint of that Mr. Freeze, which isn't bad. It's okay.
Yes, I definitely love these colors. Like when I think of Mr. Freeze, of course you think of that light blue, but I also think of this purple, blue, and black version of Mr. Freeze. So, and it's a phenomenal sculpt. So I have no issue with this repaint. This is a nice repaint.
This is a good one for sure. I agree. One cool thing too is that back art, man. Let's check that out real quick. I love that.
That's nice.
That's just Mr. Freeze, right? Everything he does is for his wife. His frozen
wife. So sad. So sad.
Yeah, he's tortured, man. He's a tragic hero. But yeah, no, there's Mr. Freeze for sure. All right, next up. This one is my favorite out of these reveals that they did. They're giving us a DC character named Ambush Bug. You ready for this? I don't think you're ready.
I'm ready.
Ambush Bug. This is a weird bug guy. With a little was that Chapulin?
Yeah, that's Chapulin. That's Chapulin.
Yeah, so Ambush Bug, just this dude who says he wanted to be like a superhero or like failed to be a villain or something like that, and so he's like, well, I'll just report on the superheroes, and so that was his whole shtick. And he like found a suit and he's like, it came from Planet Schwab, but it's a space suit. It makes me powerful. But ultimately, he was a reporter, and every time he like reports, he always says, and don't forget, this is just a universe where we're living in a comic book, and people just read our stories. It's like that. It's like a meta joke or whatever about like how he's aware that he's in a comic book and people and us are reading his story.
I think this is a really cool figure. I love getting beyond the Jokers, beyond the Batman and Superman figures.
Yeah,
getting this random bug guy that I don't know anything about that now. People are, because of this figure, people are going to be interested in finding him, where he comes from, and the comics that he's in.
100%. That's what I did. I was like, "What is this thing? Who is he?" So I had to do a little research on him, and that Chapulin dude.
Okay, but is that actually Chapulin? Because why does it also have a C on his chest?
No, I don't know. I have no idea. Like, I don't think they legally can put Chapulin in, but.
But you could honestly, you could repaint this as a Chapulin figure, dude.
You could, a little Chapulin doll for your action figures, for your Rage or for your Bane. All right, but there's Ambush Bug or A Bug. That's like his writer name, A Bug. I don't know. I like the meta stuff. I love Abed from Community. I'm gonna love anyone who's meta. All right, let's jump over to Marvel Legends. They gave us a re-release here of the Silver Surfer. So if you didn't get him, here's your chance to get the Silver Surfer. And with the announcement that he's going to be or she's going to be in Fantastic Four, what a better time to get that back out there on the market.
Yeah, weird.
I did actually hear like this story, and I don't know how like valid it is. The person who reported this claimed that they worked for Hasbro, and they said that when they want to re-release a figure, they'll just go to eBay and buy up all of the old stock, and then take that, potentially repackage it, and send it back out. What do you think of that?
No, that's not true. So what it actually is, you're close. There's close on it. So like what eBay actually does, what they do, I do hear that Hasbro does purchase figures from eBay, but it's more to make like to redo the molds kind of thing. Like if they need, like if they're missing a figure, they'll use it to make new molds, because sometimes the molds just get worn out for some pieces, right? It's not like the whole figure, but maybe for the head sculpt.
Right.
Maybe the head sculpt is kind of out of whack already. And especially because this is an old body mold. Like this is.
Yeah.
I don't know what this one is, but you can see there's those massive pins that are there. And that's not something that we're familiar with getting. And that's why I think this is kind of dumb. Not because like I'm all for killing the aftermarket, like because this was a Walgreens exclusive, highly sought after. Even the months it was released, it sold out. Like I had to go hunting like 20 Walgreens to find this. And in like it's a super sought out figure, and I think this one is better than the one that came in the Galactus HasLab.
Oh, okay.
Because the Galactus HasLab was like too dark for me. Like I
Yeah, it
love
was like a really gunmetal, huh?
exactly. It was a gunmetal. I like how silver this one is. I always thought this one was the superior one, but I just feel like it's so lazy. They should have came up with a pinless one. Now that we have those upgrades, like
especially where the Silver Surfer doesn't wear a suit. It's just a plain body.
True. You just have to have the maybe make a head sculpt, and then that's it.
Yeah, I agree.
I think missed opportunity, right? Just like I'm for killing the aftermarket, but if you create a newer, better version,
yeah,
that is also going to kill the aftermarket, because it's like, who's going to go back and get this trash when you can get maybe a newer Silver Surfer with a pinless body mount?
Yeah, outside of like completionists, you're
there's always those guys.
Stuff. Yeah, there's
exactly. Yeah,
you're gonna want the new stuff.
Yeah.
All right, let's jump over to Mezco Toys. They're giving us a Captain America Silver Age edition. I love these ones actually. So we got the Green Goblin. We got the Spider-Man. Like I love the old classic looks that they do, and I think it just kind of lends itself to more of the 1/12 Mezco's aesthetic as well. But they're giving us Captain America here for $95. Not bad.
I think that's a great point that you make. Like, this is where they shine. Like where it's like super classic comic figures, because they're so smooth. Like in the comics, that the details, like, oh, that's how it's supposed to be. Because sometimes with sculpt, you can add a lot more detail, but because their whole aesthetic is just soft goods, that gets lost, right? Like, and it just turns into like, sometimes they do like some rubber overlays, but those start peeling and it's like a mess. And so this is a good choice.
I agree with you. I agree with you. And I even love that they incorporated like the shorts, because he did wear blue shorts in the classic books. Like they were shorts with leggings underneath them or whatever. And they did that. They did a separate piece in like a more of like a leather or rubber. I'm not sure what it is, but I love that the stripes too are also like cloth. Like, oh man, the difference in textures is so cool in this.
Yeah, this one is honestly, this one is a knockout of the park. Like we've kind of already gotten a Captain America that was a classic Mezco Captain America. It just wasn't like the golden age Captain America, so it didn't have the shorts.
Yeah,
it just was like just a classic. And this one is nice, and they're very similar. The only thing I would say that's different is like the previous one, it was cloth with like plastic beads as the scales, like little plastic pieces. Whereas like this one, I'm not sure if they're using that same thing, but it almost looks like a more rubbery leather kind of piece.
Yeah, I feel like it's
for the scales.
It's like a cutout, like or like a heat press kind of. They took a little bit of like that rubber, and then they heat pressed that pattern into it, and then sewed it. If that makes sense, or it could be the materials pattern too. That's true. That could be a pattern.
And I love when they use the rib fabric, like the rib fabrics, because it hugs the figure so nicely, but it allows for so much more articulation because there's like that flex and give, like it like contracts like a slinky,
Yeah.
Because it's not going to work on every figures for their look, but when you can use it, oh man, it just, because sometimes with Mezcos, even if the plastic articulation is there, because of the fabric, you can't even use it. But when it's the ribbed, it at least allows for more mobility.
Yeah, you can kind of see that there in the arm here. Yeah, no, I think this is great. I think this is where they do shine. Mezco does. You're getting all those hands, 3 different heads. Love it. Getting a mad bomb, a loose mask, the classic Captain America 1/12 stand, some straps to hold his shield, and forearm straps for his shield as well. I will say this, and it's probably more accurate to the comic books, if anything. I just feel like the shield is a little small, but I'm probably just used to a bigger shield for whatever reason.
That's really it. Because if you think back even to the Marvel Legends release, when they also did their Captain, like their classic Captain America on the vintage cards, they also shrunk the shield, and it's just for accuracy's sake. They just drew it small back then.
Yep. Yeah. So not really a gripe or anything, but just something I noticed about myself. They also get these effect pieces, which is fine. It's kind of a shield ricochet and swooshing effect. It's cool.
The ricochet is nice because I feel like Legends has done it, but I feel like I can't remember if the original Mezco had. Because they definitely had the throwing, but I don't know if they had the bounce. The bounce is nice.
Ding.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is cool. All right. Next up, SH Figure Arts. What they got for us today? They got us a Gojira. Godzilla, the evolved form from Kong Godzilla New Empire. $92 from SH Figure Arts. They've, just getting their Godzillas out there.
And really good. This is why it's so awesome to have two companies that are doing kind of the MonsterVerse figures, because I feel like the Haya Toys one was so bad in my opinion. Like the crystals and the shards on his back, the scales look bad. And it's like sometimes where it's like, oh, their Ghidorah for Haya is way better than the Figure Arts. But in this case,
the evolved
Figure
Godzilla
Arts wins. Yeah, Figure Arts wins with this one.
I agree with you. The pink looks better. The paint apps on Godzilla himself here, like there's a different tone on his front chest, like his underbelly, and then on the back one. I think they did a good job on this as well.
And it just sounds like my biggest gripe with the Haya one is that the Haya one, the shards, they weren't translucent. At least to me, they didn't look as if they were translucent. They just kind of look like a pearlescent paint. Whereas this one is translucent to me. It looks translucent. Plus, they added shading with paint.
Yeah, no, it's a better gradient of pink to white on this evolved Godzilla for sure. Yeah, no, this one looks good. So again, it's good to have competition. It's healthy. All right, next up, it's a little more of a John show here. This is the Armored Core IB07 Soul 644 Air from the Armored Core 6 Fires of Rubicon. Air here is the robot spirits, so it is their 6-inch articulated line. So it's not the model kits, but just like the 6-inch robot line. So.
Oh, nice. I actually like the robot spirits line. Those are so good. Like the Gundams that they do for
the Gundams
6-inch
are clean. Yeah,
it's just nice to like, because as much as I love building, sometimes you just don't have time to build all. And like I just have stacks of model kits. I'm like, I'm gonna get around to it. And I never do. And so now I'm starting to lean more into robo spirits. I actually like this. I might pick this up.
And you don't have to panel line anything.
It's lazier and it's a lot less fun, but sometimes
I think you get more fun out of the box.
Exactly.
Instead of having to build it, paint it, make it look good, which is fun. Yeah. This, you just out of the box, you get this. But yeah, here this is Air. It looks beautiful.
Another thing too, I love with like to me that it's an actual figure. I feel like with model kits, they're too lightweight. Because they're hollowed out and because you build them, they don't. To me, they feel cheap when you build a model kit. It's like compared to an actual figure, because it's hollow, it feels cheap. It doesn't carry its weight as well because it can't balance because it doesn't have the weight to hold itself. Yeah,
on real grade and high grade, you're gonna get that. For sure. But as soon as you get into like, I think on high grade you get that, but on real grade and master grade, they actually have a skeleton inside that you build the armor on top of. So there's a little more weight to those. But like the lower end ones, that's just how it is. But.
Exactly, yeah. So like that's why I love like Rosebirds, because like this is going to be a full fleshed out figure. It's going to be solid pieces of plastic, and it's going to have weight to it.
And it's actually not just plastic. They're throwing die cast in for the joints on this one.
Holy crap! So then I wonder how much this will be, because usually these retail for $25. So
yeah, this one's probably going to be a little more. Probably like I would say maybe 60, 80. I don't know.
Oh, okay, but it is 6-inch.
Yes, correct. It is 6-inch.
That is cool. I like that Robot Spirits is kind of splintering out. Maybe like, because as much as they're doing in that $25 price point, they are nice. But it's good to see that they're like, hey, we can maybe now go to a little higher end, like that $60, $80 range, and give us better quality figures. That's really cool.
Increase the quality, get that die cast, because then that's going to just feel so good. Again, like you said, that weight to it is going to be there.
Yeah, especially with all the appendages that like a lot of mechas tend to have. It's like hard to balance them. That's why I feel like with the $25 Gundams, sometimes they're kind of hard to balance.
I agree. All right, but there's Air from Fires of Rubicon. Next up, the man himself, the Bombad Jedi, the Annie, it's me. We're getting Jar Jar Binks from the SH Figure Arts, man, and he does look good. We've kind of already seen him. They've been teasing the crap out of him, man. Every week, every day, they've been posting him. Pre-orders open. But here he is, and he's just gonna come with everything you want in a Jar Jar.
Exactly. This is kind of the new reveal. Like in the new picture, they showed us that he comes with like that little frog that he eats that triggers Sebulba. Oh my gosh, that is such a good accessory. Like it's not even an accessory that I thought of, but I'm so glad that it's included. Like I'm like, yeah, I actually do need that with my Jar Jar Binks figure. Yeah, you gotta have it, and then the tongue too, man. Getting a tongue with your Jar Jar, I think just gives it more of a Jar Jar feel to him. So, but yeah, there's our Jar Jar pre-orders open, I believe Saturday. So keep an eye out for that, or maybe Friday. I can't remember. That's okay.
But with this Jar Jar, you are also going to get the Figure King magazine, number 315. Kind of has like a special on SH Figure Art Star Wars figures. So you get the figure plus a magazine.
That's really cool. I think just to see all the line, how much it's grown, and because we only get so many figures per year, and so
yeah,
they're still building it out. We're getting aliens now. We're getting aliens.
Yeah, we're getting into the aliens here. Done with the Mandalorians. Let's keep going. Cool. All right, but in a little bit of a magazine spread here, they also revealed another figure. Who's that Jedi down there? Do you know who that is?
It's gonna be a Jar Jar Binks 2-pack, dude.
Oh, that honestly greatest 2-pack in the whole world. You're getting Ahmad Best in both of his forms. Yeah, that's Kelleran Beck, the guy from basically Ahmed Best when he kind of came back to the Star Wars. He got to host that like kid show.
Yeah.
And so he got to be an actual Jedi, and now he's canon. He is canon. So it is Kelleran Beck. So yeah, this would be a cool Ahmed Best 2-pack.
Yeah.
So we'll wait until we get a full release on that figure as well. All right, let's jump over to Metacom. Probably what I'm most excited for. We got a tease the other week about some figures, but before we get there, we're getting Forloom here, and I'm kind of curious about the price. $124.99 for this figure. Here in the States side, but it's just a droid. I don't know. Maybe there's metal parts to it. Is that why we're increasing the price to 124, or what's going on here?
Even if there were metal parts, it's still not worth it because the Black Series one is done so well, and also because it's a droid, just by nature, the articulation scheme is going to be limited. Like regardless, because of those, there's literally a pipe that goes from the bicep to the forearm.
Yeah.
And like Black Series kind of got away with it because they actually had the pipe where it actually functioned as it did on the actual 4 LOM, where the pipe actually goes inside of itself.
Right.
And like you can see, like it's just going to be limited because it's a droid. Like it's going to be swivel. So
it's going to be 90, right? Yeah, you're going to get a 90.
What are we paying for here? Like it's insane that this is $125. Mafex is out of their mind.
I agree. I'm not seeing the value there unless you tell me there's metal parts to it. Then I can understand that. I still wouldn't be like, oh, okay, that's why I'm gonna get it.
Yeah, no, even with metal, dude, these guys are wild and
yeah, it's a lot, and I don't know what it is.
I'm still buying it though.
Still gonna get the 4 for you. Not bad.
I'm still gonna get the 4 LM, yeah, just because I love Star Wars, so it doesn't matter.
Fair enough. But yeah. All right. Next up, what they teased last week: $105. We are getting the Tobey Maguire, your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man from Mafex. There's some beautiful, beautiful shots. The texturing of the suit is there. The raised web lines are there. This thing just looks great.
Yeah, I'm definitely going Mafex. Like, I'm glad I didn't buy, because, you can pick up the Marvel Legends. That's just trash. That's just trash. Everybody can have their Marvel Legends, but I'm glad I didn't get the SH Figure Arts Amazing Spider-Man and Tobey Maguire Spider-Man, just because I feel like their waist articulation, because they add so many panels to it, it just looks weird. Like the pelvis on those figures look so bad. And I just like the simple where it's like the less pieces. I know they're trying to get more articulation, but you can kind of get the same articulation that SH Figure Arts is getting, as we can see that Mafex does, with less pieces. Like it's just one waist piece on top. It's not like the Figure Arts where it's like literally 3 different pieces on the waist.
Layered, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like it breaks up the seams too much.
I agree, definitely. Especially, I feel that with my King Kong SH Figure Arts. A lot of extra panels. I'm just like, this is just like a cap. Why do we need this cap here? But there it is. Let's get into what we're really actually here for, right, Josh? Let's take a look at that Tobey Maguire head sculpt.
Yeah, that's where the money's at. That's why that 4 LOM is like, what the freak is this? Why is this $125? Where if like this is $125, it's like, okay, I'm getting that 10 out of 10 Tobey Maguire head sculpt.
That's perfect, dude. So as I was loading these up into the slideshow, my wife, she was like, just sitting next to me, and she's like, "Oh, dang, that's good." She's like, "I thought that was a photo of him," and I was like, "Yeah, I know." Yeah. So really cool, yeah, dude. Tobey just looks just phenomenal. I love the smiley face that he's given us here.
Yeah, no, I can't wait because guess what, dude? They're gonna do it because they love got to get used out of their molds. They're gonna give us a black suited Spider-Man. Maybe throw in with the emo haircut with the mascara. head sculpt. Come on, John. Think about it, just like with all the memes that produced, that figure would sell, man.
That figure would sell. And again, that would just be a repaint of the base figure that you have with a new head sculpt.
The new head sculpt.
That's not exactly, bad. That's good money right there.
Yes. And so excited now that because they've made several Tom Holland Mayfix Spider-Mans. Now Toby. When they give us that Andrew, I'm holding out now because I was going to get the figure arts. Dude. Yeah, I'm holding out because there's nobody in the game that beats Mayfix on the face sculpts.
Nobody. I mean, they even got the stubble in there, dude. Even got his stubble. All right, but this is your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. You also get the effects rings for that $105 price. So, I think that jump, that $10 jump from a normal Mayfix. Not only are you getting a sculpted body, a textured suit and everything, but a beautiful head sculpt, but you're also getting that portal ring, which is cool.
I actually don't like this just because it does increase the price. And I feel like if anybody's been collecting now, you've gotten portal rings from even figure arts when they made their Doctor Strange figures. You've gotten portal rings from, of course, tons of different Marvel Legends figures. So it's sure, it might be a higher quality plastic, but to be honest, the Legends portal ring does the job and it's phenomenal. Yeah. So to get that price bump, it's I kind of wish maybe there was a deluxe and a regular release so that we could have people that want this.
Base.
Yeah, because what am I going to do with another portal ring? It's just added extra money on an already expensive figure.
You're telling me you're not setting up your end game shot?
Okay, fine. You're right. I'll use it to have Black Panther on the Wakanda squad. You're right.
On your left.
Hey, let's go. Okay, yeah, you're right. Never mind.
Oh yeah, but he looks amazing. Also, he's slightly shorter than a 6-inch or he's not. So he's 5.8 inches tall or 5.9 inches tall, which is true to Toby's height, dude. I love that little fact there. So that means Andrew's gonna be nice and tall.
John, that's such a great point because I feel like that's another downside to figure arts because Mayfix runs true 6-inch scale, whereas figure arts runs 5.5-inch scale.
They're scaling up. They're scaling up.
I feel like they're not though. Their figures are always so small. That's such a good point to bring up because these are going to be true 6-inch.
Mm-hmm. He's going to be that 5'9", dude. Love that, Toby. All right, can't get over it. Dude. Looks so good.
Do you think? Because Mayfix is weird. They'll go deep on some things and go very slim on other things. Do you think they'll give us? Of course, I think for sure they're going to give us the Spider-Mans. But do you think they're going to give us villains? Do you have hope for that?
I would hope for a Doc Ock Mayfix. I think. The Marvel Legends did a pretty good job, but I'm down to see a Mayfix,
a higher end, right?
Yeah, with potentially soft good trench coat.
Yeah,
I'm here for that.
Would be cool.
Electro, I'd be fun. A Green Goblin would be amazing with his glider.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because Figure Arts has done that, but like we said, we want competition. We want options. Options are never bad.
Yeah. Sandman, I wouldn't care for. The Electro, I like the Amazing Spider-Man Electro. I don't like I don't know.
Oh, you like the Ultimate Blue?
Yeah, the Ultimate one. I like that aesthetic better.
I like both. I think both are cool. Both are nice.
For me, it's either go full classic where he's yellow and green with giant lightning bolts on his face.
They tried. They tried. And I loved it.
They gave us the shot. They gave us the shot.
Yeah.
They gave us. Or give me that blue Jamie Foxx. Yeah. That's me though. But here's that little doohickey that he sticks in
the sand. To cure Sandman.
To cure sand. But all the web pieces and these web pieces we've gotten before with most Spider-Mans. These are those same ones that came with my Scarlet Spider. So.
Yeah.
And they're good. You can pop these onto any Spider-Man figure just because it's a little circle at the end. There.
Are they pretty fragile? I haven't opened mine up yet. Would you say they're pretty fragile or they got some flex?
They're very rubbery. You can flex these all you want.
That's good.
I've put them in boxes and in bags and they've never broken on me.
Oh, okay,
they're a good rubber. They're a good rubber. Oh, speaking of, I think last week I only said that I had a Evangelion, I had a Scarlet Spider. I also have my Mando Mayfix.
Yeah,
that's true. All right, let's jump over to Haya. Haya's got some goodies for us. So I was just kind of checking out Haya's and see what they're doing with the Star Trek stuff, and I recognized, and I think Ray Paz has told us about the 1/18th stuff that they do, and he loves them. And here we have their James T. Kirk, their Dr. McCoy, which we talked about last week, and their Spock, their Spock Prime. And these are all their 1/18th scale figures, but they also have a Nero, a Keenzer,
nice,
a Scotty,
Let's go.
Chekhov, Sulu. I was like, dang, they went deep on that on the 1/18th scale. Well, look at the first 3 figures that they released here. They had James T. Kirk, Dr. McCoy, Spock. Highest hit.
Let's go. Baby. That's so good, like to read into that because now we know we are gonna get those figures. Like,
we are getting
everyone. We're getting Nero. We're getting a Scotty, dude. Chekhov, let's go. R.I.P. Chekhov, dude.
R.I.P. Chekhov. Yeah, dude. So nice little trend there. We talked about Kirk. We've talked about Dr. McCoy. And here we have our Spock 1/12 exquisite from Haya. Dude, this is, I'm excited.
Yeah, and like for me, they are the gold standard for 3 3/4 inch scale. There is no better 3 3/4 inch scale figures on the market than Haya toys. Like you get the exquisite minis of like the Predators and Aliens.
Yeah,
they're just out of this park. Like they're phenomenal. Like the articulation that they're able to pack on such a tiny figure is insane. Mm-hmm. And I was all about the Kirk, bashing on the Hank McCoy because I still am bad about the Hank McCoy. Yeah, but this Spock, it's good.
It's good, dude.
It's good. Likeness is there. I see. What's my boy's name?
Zachary Quinto.
I see him there.
Yeah, I love this. I love the belt too. It's a full-on buckle. It's just one of those micro bubbles, kind of like what's her face? Zirian Spire from Cosmic Legions. She has a buckle on one of her weapons. So like, dude, just the detail, the boots, the cut on the fit on the jeans or the pants, dude. Love this figure, man.
So that means Prime Spock's next, dude. Prime
Spock will be next. Yep, and then we'll get Nero. Scotty was the most recent release, so we'll get Nero Keenser. Yeah, can't remember. Well, Scotty's little friend.
Yeah.
Chekhov's in Sulu, man, and then all they're missing is Uhura. And dude, they can have a lot of fun on this. So 6.3 inches because Zachary is a tall dude. He's a big guy, so that is cool that we're getting that accuracy there. The phaser too. That's so cool that we're getting a phaser, man. And he also has this live long and prosper hand. Great job, Haya, man.
Yeah, I love the Star Trek 6-inch line, and hopefully, like maybe because I bet they'll continue the 1/18 scale line, and hopefully they make like a Khan, the Benedict Cumberbatch character. And then even like the aliens from Star Trek Beyond would be cool.
Oh yeah,
the white guys.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Just to have all 3 villains, like to have Nero, Khan, and then the Star Trek Beyond villains.
Idris Elba, trying to get back to his human form.
Yeah.
All right, but there we go. There's Haya's offerings for that Star Trek. So we'll see what's next. We'll see what they do next, man. I'm excited. All right. Well, that'll go ahead and wrap up our show today, friends. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Collecting Brothers. Keep an eye out. We're going to be dropping a review for the Savage Crucible. We got a Jacob Marley video coming out that I'm really excited about. Had some really fun shooting that figure. And I'm also, and this is just something that's like more of a personal endeavor, something that I wanted to get to doing, is I'm going to be doing some Cosmic Legions lore videos where we'll kind of do like a motion comic aesthetic where like I'll shoot a shot and then like kind of tell the story behind it. And I think it's gonna be fun. I from what I hear, it's a lot of work, but I'm here for it. I'm excited for it.
Nice.
But yeah, let's go ahead and wrap up our show with everyone's favorite segment, Pick of the Week.
It's my favorite part.
This is the reason Josh shows up, right?
I was like, look, who does it? It's such a fun time, looking at all these nice new reveals and then kind of sharing your own opinion. So
yeah.
Guys, share your opinion. I want to know, like, what are you guys feeling? For me personally, it's that look at that figure. It looks like Zachary Quinto, and those movies, whether you like them or not, they're fun time. They're a fun time.
They're a good time. I'll say it. I love those movies. I have a really good time with those movies.
There's a little bit too many light flares, but they're a good time.
Oh my god, JJ didn't even do the third one. Okay. Okay. So Zachary Quinto's Spock. That is a good pick, though. That is a solid pick. For me, do I cheese and go ambush bug?
No, that's not true.
I won't cheese. I'm going Toby Spider-Man, dude. I'm going Toby Spider-Man.
Really?
Yeah.
I was thinking you were gonna get the Super Saiyan Godzilla because that's a really good figure too.
Yeah, that's true. No, Toby's just that's what I grew up on, man. Toby's my Spider-Man forever. Like, I don't care if you make the best Spider-Man movie out there. Like, turn on Spider-Man 2. I'm there. I'm tuning in. I don't care what part we're in. I know the lines. I'm here for it. Toby's my Spider-Man for through and through. And to have him on that, such a beautiful representation in that action figure, dude, it's gonna be so much fun.
It's definitely the best compared to Legends of Figure. It's like I saw a side-by-side comparison. Someone did the Legends face sculpt versus the Mafex. and it's night and day difference. Like the Legends one kind of is bad. Usually Legends is pretty good for their price, but that one is actually kind of bad.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, Mayfix just crush it. They just crush it every time. So
yeah, and Figure Arts is too chicken to do anything. They never like doing face sculpts anymore.
Well,
yeah, they're chicken.
It was like a whole debacle with Andrew Garfield face sculpt.
Yeah, they're chickens now. That's why
they got scared.
Yeah.
All right, friends. Well, make sure you guys leave down below your pick of the week. We'd love to hear what you guys found interesting, or let us know something that we missed this week. Of course, if let us know. We're not. We can't see everything. All right, but that'll go ahead and be our show. Thank you for tuning in. As always, friends, keep collecting, keep playing. May the action figure gods smile upon you. Peace.